Hello everyone. Welcome to today's video. My name is Lucas, and today I want to talk about a tool that I found sometime last week. It's called FramerForms, and because I was trying to test out this Google Sheets plugin in Framer. So if you go to Framer, for example, and you go here to Google Sheets, you have this Google Sheets plugin that basically you can add it to your project. And you can make a form, and then this form sends the information directly to Google Sheets, and then the Google Sheets plugin can bring the items back into Framer. So I found that pretty interesting. But then the cool thing about FramerForms is that it's much more advanced. So advanced meaning you can add file uploads. So for example, if you want to do like a job application form, where you want on your website to have the users not only add their information like their name and email and so on, but also add like an image for their for their face, a profile picture, or images about different portfolios that they've done, or maybe you want to even add a question like a kind of like a test piece that you want to put in the form, and that these potential job applicants have to, build something and take a screenshot and then upload it for the job application, right? So basically having a creative type of form, a little bit more advanced than the traditional contact form. And basically, if you can build something like this, you can sell this as a solution to many different types of businesses. You can sell not only the design and the build of their website, but also a solution like this, right? If they're trying to hire a bunch of people, have a type of solution like this that they're totally in control of. So there's file uploads, there's multi-step forms. So step 1, do this, step 2, do this, so on and so forth. And then there's the conditional log, which is using basically Framer logic to match different parts of a form together, right? So basically, if there's a number of guests, 10, the form basically, it's like a smart form, right? So it basically knows based on the number of guests what type of seating location they would need, right? So without further ado, let's head in. So I basically have an account here. I go into my dashboard, and FramerForms has a really, really easy way of, starting, right? So you land in this home section, which is kind of like the main dashboard, and then you have a big blue create a new form. So this is great for creating a form from scratch, right? And then you have these other main features that people like me downloaded this tool to use, right? So it's already great that it's right here. Everything is right here in front of me. And then we can see here we have, as a second step, templates. And this is something that I totally recommend people doing because you can build your own frame. You can learn how to do it. You can become kind of an expert in this. But I think another good way of learning it, at least for me, is using a template. So we have like the traditional, contact forms like this, obviously with a bit better design and a little bit more, functionality. In some places also here with a little bit better design. But we also have different things. We have, like, for example, this tech support with different steps, I would imagine. We also have here an order form for a restaurant or something like this. So you can put this in your website, kind of as a not a direct e-commerce page. So if you were for an example, sell chairs, right, or doors. You don't want to sell the doors directly in your website, but you want to make an order form so that you can get the orders from this form directly synced into a type of shared Google Sheet, for example, right? And then there's this logic one where you can where you can ask for a product feedback. Maybe you have a product built in Framer. using a tool like FramerAuth to basically, once the user is logged in, after a specific set of time, show this type of feedback card. So 2, 3, 4, 5 stars, write a comment about a specific page that it goes up on, and then you can press submit and get that information, right? But today, let's just go and kind of get our toes wet and try to copy these, some of these templates. So I have this. I'm going to press, well, before I press remix, I'm going to preview it to see how it kind of looks like. So we have your name, your email, then you can press next, press next. You can go something like this. So you can see all the different types of things, right? So this is really interesting. You also have step 5 out of 6, right? And a good way of seeing how that works is if you were to go home and you can click on multi-steps, you can also see how it's kind of built, right? So you copy this form component, and then you create different pages inside of your form that basically are these different steps. So each one is a different stack, obviously, and then it shows you how to basically organize that. And there's also a previous and next button. For example, this is another component that FramerForms provides to you. And yeah, you can basically customize your form by adding one of these things. So you can add like a progress bar, navigation dots, or you can add like this current page label, like a breadcrumbs, right? And so it's a really, really easy onboarding. So basically that's that. Let's go back to our templates, right? And let's remix this. I want to remix this. It opens directly to my browser. But let's just get this and let's copy this. So as you can see, it is pretty responsive, but we can probably adjust that a little bit. But let's just copy this and bring it to Framer, to the web app. Let's open the different sizes and let's page this. So we have this image that basically kind of failed by importing, but it doesn't matter. We can just unsplash and pick another image, right? We can pick this one. And right now, we have these different things, right? We have the form, and we have only one step right now. But if we were to go here, yeah, we only have one step. So basically, we would have to follow that. We would have to follow that multi-step form process. So we have this multi-step form, and let's just go step by step. So step 2, after copying in this, which we already have in our Framer page, which is the form, we want to create so let's just copy this actually. Maybe it's a different one. Yeah, so let's put this here. And let's just do it from scratch. So this component turns the Framer form, it's placed inside into, okay, so we have to put it inside of a form actually. So that's my bad. Let's go like this and go form. Let's put it here. And let's go like this. Oh, actually, let's not delete this. Let's put this over here. Let's go back to our browser. So create a stack. Okay. Create a stack named pages inside your form. Each of these items inside the pages layers are turned into form pages. It's important that the layers contain pages, otherwise the multi-step form will not detect it and the containers that hold the form pages. Okay, so we need to create a stack that's called pages. So let's just create a stack. Let's just go like this. And let's put it inside of here, I believe. Where was it? Yeah, pages. So let's add a layout. So it's a stack. We want to just make it fill and fill for now. And this is going to be called pages. And then inside of pages, we make different stacks for each page in your form. So we have, how would this look like? We have this label, label, label. Let's just delete this third one. Let's add this into a stack and let's bring it in here. And then let's duplicate this 3 times. I just want to see how it looks like now. Okay, so we can only see one. That's pretty good. Okay, so let's make this fit the content. See how this looks like now. Okay. And let's go back here. Create a stack for each page in your form. Place the inputs for each page inside the stack. Inside a stack, inside a layer named pages. The submit button can be in the last page or it can be outside of the pages layer. Either way, the submit button will only be visible on the last page. So add previous and next buttons to your form. These buttons are used for navigating between form pages. The previous button is automatically hidden on the first. Make sure your buttons are outside of the steps layers. Okay, so let's do that. And we want to paste it. Oh, did we copy that? Copy previous and next. Okay, perfect. And let's make this fill with. Let's just see. So we see next, next, submit, previous. Okay, cool. So we got each thing with the different labels. This form has to be fill height, or maybe fit content, and width would be fill. Or, I don't know, let's make it fill for now. Good, so it's working pretty well. Now, if we go back here, so customize, you can add a progress bar, label showing, so we have the progress bar and then we have the pages on top. Okay, so let's just add a progress bar just to see how that looks like. So if we were to go to form, and it would go under this. So let's put it up here. And let's make the width fill. Perfect. So we have the progress bar. Next, next, previous, previous. Cool. Let's delete this blue color. So these are going to be all the different steps, right? So we have, they're all the same and we want to change it, right? So we want to make basically make something like the first one can stay the same. The second one, we can ask for some type of file, like a, like 3 portfolio pieces. Like, let's say, like, what are the works that you're most, happy about or something, most proud about. And then the third one can be about, like a cover letter that you can type here, right? And then submit. And then we kind of, let's see if we can bring that we can submit it to Google Sheets. So that would be a great thing if we can do that. So first of all, let's go back to Chrome and let's see. So want to show different inputs based on the answers to previous questions in your form. Want to show checkout logic, a feature that lets you create multiple routes and multi-steps forms by navigating to different pages depending on the answers. Okay, so this is actually really cool as well. So depending on your different answer, you can navigate the user to different pages. So if the user were to answer something wrong, for example, you can say application denied. That's just a simple thing that we can do. But the possibilities are endless with this. So Let's see what else we can add. We want to add this file upload input. So add a file upload input to your form. This lets you pick a file to submit. Okay, so we can do that. We can go here and we can basically, let's do it like this, paste, and then we have the file upload. Cool. So we have the file upload. This one, we can change this to a text area. No, text, and we can call this, let's see what else they have here already in Framer, right? Time, date, URL, phone number. So we want this to be we can name these tags. So this can be like basic info. This can be project 1. And we can also like put like an indicator. So we can, for example, what I mean is that instead of adding a label, we can add a text, I guess, that shows. So let's just put a text that says, for the next steps, please add your favorite projects. And let me just put this into a stack. And yeah, let's make sure that everything looks good. And this one can be, I mean, maybe we can even, not viewport, but make it a different height so that it's not so small. You can just test it to see how it looks like. No, not good, not good. Let's see, like this. Next. Okay. Okay, so this is basically this, the bar. Can we edit the bar color? That would be cool too. So yeah, background can be something like that. It can be even like a darker one, and then the color fill can be, I don't know. I mean, the blue is nice for now. You can also add like a grayer one, right? So we have that. So if we press play, first basic information, blah, blah, blah. Then for the next steps, please add your favorite projects. Okay, next. Also, I want to kind of change the color of these buttons. We can do it like that. So, and then the submit button, we can make it another color. We can make it like a bright orange. All right. So next, submit. Perfect. All right. So then we can even you know, duplicate this file upload one. So project 1, we can duplicate it twice, so we can add 3 projects. Let's make the form. Let's make the pages fit the content. Container. Height. Fit content. See? So something like this is good. So we have, this would be project name, and project name. And then the last thing would be, we wouldn't need an email. We would just need like a different type of, we need a text area. Why should you join us? We can even add a, another, we don't even need this. Well, let's just keep it like this for now. This is looking good. So Press play, next, next. You can add something maximum 25 megabytes. All right, it's looking good. Okay, so now the next thing that I want to do is that once this information gets submitted, I want it to go to a basically a Google Sheet file, right? And before doing that, it's also important that to make sure that you're satisfied with how the different sizes look. So desktop would look like this, tablet can look something like this, right? And the phone, I just gonna exclude this image for now, but yeah, so it basically looks something like. If you were to include the image, it would, you can just go down here and make it visible again. So it would look something like this, right? Depending on your liking, right? I'm just trying to show you the flexibility with a FramerForms. So now let's just try to move this to a Google Sheet. So I just arrived to my Google Sheets and I made a new sheet with my email called job applicants, right? So that's the first thing that I did. Very easy, just go back to your Google Sheets, click on add, and you have one. So now we go back to Framer and we have our form, right? We could click the button, but we don't see any thing that takes us to Google Sheets. But if we were to go here and click the form, we can here go click on send to. And send to, we can send it to an email or as a webhook. But in this case, we just want to click on Google Sheets. And then we want to connect it to your email and click on applied. So job applicants. So it's connected to job applicants. And we can also make a new one to an email. So if if some guy from a specific company wants to get it directly to their email instead of just, referring to the Google Sheet, you can do that as well. Another thing is that once the form is finished, you can redirect the user to some other page. So we can make a new page called thanks, and we can add a big rectangle in the middle of the page, and we can make it stack so that it's nice. And we make the height fit content. So we have this blue. Actually, let's make it green. So we have a good positive color. So when the user clicks submit, we get the information in our Google Sheets, and the user gets to get this green page. So let's go here, let's make everything. So let's make the thanks one, success, redirect to thanks. Let's publish. And let's open this in a new tab. So we have our name. My name is Lucas, and my email is red@hotchilipeppers.com. And we click on next. For the next steps, please add your favorite projects. Okay, next. So project name is going to be called Ferrari Web Design. So we can just click on a file and upload it. So I can just click on some random one, maybe like a screenshot that I took today, and open. And it's confirmed that my screenshot is here. So next. So Renault Web Design. Click on another screenshot, boom, upload. Next. Random project I did 4 years ago that I love. We can even add like a comment section regarding this project. So let's add another screenshot. It would be something similar to the past one. And then why should you join us? Well, why not? Right? Submit. Thank you. We go to our green page. Perfect. Once we go to our green page, let's go here. Let's see if we can refresh, or we just go back to our, so we have another one. So instead of creating we don't need to create a sheet. We just delete the one that we made, and we can use the Framer made it one for us. So please disregard that tip that I gave you before of making a Google Sheet. It does it for you. So we have these different things here, and I want to see how we can preview this. So we have file, FramerForms, name, no, okay, so we have, okay. So this looks like something that we have to kind of fix here, because we have our name, we have the Ferrari web design, we have the different project names. And then we have the thing here. And these are all the different projects that we have. So let me see if I can click on one. Maybe this one. Let's see how that looks like if I were to. Okay, then we can see the image here. So that's interesting. So what we gotta do is we gotta find a way to divide these different things into different columns, because we have one file column, we have one name column, and we have the email column. So the email and the date is fine, but the file has to be changed because we cannot have. So if we go back to our Framer project and we inspect our different steps, we can see that we have name here, and we have, so we can see the name, and we have the name, the project name, but they're different. So what's the problem? So if we were to click on this, here in the input we have name, and we have name here as well, and we have name here as well. So that's the first problem, to divide the different columns. So that's good. So the first step that we can take in order to fix this would be to, we can first, I want to kind of delete this sheet thing and add a new one, Google Sheets, and let's call it received applications. Or actually, let's disconnect it. Let's first fix everything, and then, so first, then we can see. So first name, then we get the email, that's fine. Then we have project one, project name here. So project two, project name. So we want it to be project one name, project two name, project three name. Actually, the placeholder doesn't really matter. Project name. So project name, and here must also be project name. So we got project one, project two. This file upload should be also a different name. So file, project one file. Project two file. Project three file. And this should not be a name, it should be called cover letter. And I want to apply because, right? And now let's just highlight this form again, and let's delete this, and let's go Google Sheets, connect And let's just choose my email that I want to connect to, continue, open Framer, and then received applications, create. Right, so now let's just publish this again, update, and let's go here, and let's go to our homepage, refresh. So name is Lucas, redguys.com. Next, project name, food truck website. Let's get one of these, this one. It's uploading, done. Project 4 book page, I don't know. So we got this, Framer to Shopify project. This. Why should you join us? Well, why not? Yeah, whatever, submit. So thank you, green. Perfect. Let's go back here. And then we have this received applications. Okay, now it's looking much better. Now it's looking much better, right? So we have date, project 1. We can just we just format everything, project 2, project 3. So this is a little bit unorganized, but we can just move it like this. And project 1 should be over here. Where's project 1? There it is, project 1. Project 2 should be over here. So we got date. We would like to put the email first. And then we would put the cover letter maybe after the name. So we got date, name, cover letter, email, project 1 name, project 1 file, project 2 file, project 3 file. All right. Cool. Now we have these different images. One way to see them is just to, put the link like this and look at it from your browser. I'm interested also in seeing how it would work with a PDF form. So if we were to go back to Framer, and this would be if we were to redo this whole thing, and I were to upload at good.com. If I were to upload a test PDF and use a PDF somewhere that I have that I can show my resume. Let's see how that works. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Recent. Okay, so now we have 3 files, and one of them is a PDF. So let's see. Now, you see how fast it loaded? So it's pretty cool. So DDSSD had a good application. So let's see. So we can open the PDF just like that. Perfect. So that's cool. It's using the AWS, so you can, it's stored in that AWS storage place. So you can view the files like that. So that's one way. It's a very raw way of doing it. So now we're back in Framer, and I made this new dashboard page, right? So basically the idea is that people fill out their information, it goes to Google Sheets, and now we want to take it from Google Sheets and post it into Framer, into a dashboard, right? So imagine we had something like this, like you apply for a job, and if you get accepted, you get shown in this dashboard, and if you don't, well, then you don't get shown, right? as simple as that. So what we can do is that we can use the Google Sheets plugin. So if we click on here, we create a new collection called applicants, accepted applicants, and press create. And we go back to Google Sheets, we use this URL, copy link, go to Framer, okay, maybe I have to fix the access. So let me just do that. Copy link. Let me see if it works like that. Okay, and then sheet 1, because we are in sheet 1, right? So we go back to Framer. And what we can do is we can click next, and we have all of this. So import from sheet 1. Let's see. Let's just test it out and see how it works. So we have all of these different things. Oh wow, and we have we have all of these different fields, and as you can see, the PDF is not really showing because the images are showing, but the PDFs aren't showing, and that's really cool. So what I want to do now is so the Google Sheets plugin in Framer doesn't sync automatically. So my initial logic is that if someone were to apply via the form, if we were to create other applicants via the form again, so if we were to go back here and do another Jane Smith, Jane at shreep.com, next, blah, blah. They upload the images, gotta wait till the upload's perfect, blah, blah. Upload, the images, next, upload the next image, and so on and so forth. Next, I apply. I don't like you guys, So submit, and since she doesn't like us, why should we accept her, right? So she's here. I don't like you guys. Oh, I don't like her either. So, right now in Framer, she's not synced. But if we were to accept her, we would basically sync it in. But since we're not going to accept her, we're going to highlight this and just delete it, right? That's one way of doing it. So then you can, again, go here and click on the Framer app. And let's say that, Lulu applies at google.com, and she's worked at Google. So she's, a god. So let's go here, Lulu's first project. And she worked on Notion. So that's amazing. Second project. And she also worked on Notion. And we go to the third monster project. And she worked on Framer Auth, building the amazing Framer Auth. So, because I'm the best. So let's say that she's accepted, she's synced here in our Google Sheet. And now what we want to do is we want to sync her into Framer. So let's just click on sync. And then she's synced in here. And you can see right here, she's the third one. So the other one, since we deleted it, she's not going to be, that other person is not going to be shown here. So we want to first go see the form stuff and the form results in Google Sheets, filter them out, and then sync them into Framer. And then in Framer, let's say that you want to do like this job application, they get accepted, and then once they're accepted, they're in this website where it's basically like a dashboard, and each person has their own page. So as if you guys are familiar with CMS, the possibilities here are really endless, like in terms of making a cool design. Like for example, you can do something like this. This is Unicorn Factory, from a guy, a content creator that I really like, Connor Finlayson. I'll try to add him in the link below. But basically, he made something like this. This is also done with CMS. This is like a talent based in New Zealand, a UX designer, and they have basic information. So you can add, for example, their category. You can choose it in that form. You can add their location. You can add like last updated at this date, member since this date. You can add the case studies as extra CMS collection. So it's a little bit more advanced, but basically what I'm showing you today is like the main logic behind it to starting a project like this, right? So let's go back. So let's go here. Let's go to our framer. So in our framer, we want to add this, we want to add our collection here. So we want to just go collection, well, not collection, we go here, collections, applied applicants. And let's not worry too much about the styling for now, but we can, somehow we can add this into a stack. Let's do that, add a stack. And then we can make the stack fill with, this can be fill. And we can make a grid off of this. We can we can basically edit everything. So hide fit content, desktop, fit content. And then we can just edit each thing. So we can add like, oh, we forgot to add the profile image, but we can add a field that's called like profile image, and basically just duplicate the information. So this can be, instead of the date, this can be the something else. This can be the set variable to first name. And then we have the first name, Lucas, DDSSD, and Lulu. And then we can add the next thing. So we can rename this layer as name. And this one can be something else, like, email, right? And yeah, right now the styling isn't so great, but basically this is just a good example. So we can, instead of project one, we can, because not everyone has an image for project one, we can put project two file. So everyone has a project two file. Right, so let's do that. And here, this is like a grid. So let's put 3 columns. And basically we can style this out as we like. But exactly, this is just a rough example of what we can do, right? So yeah, so if we were to press play, we can see how this looks like. This is basically the dashboard. We can also create a new CMS page, like a detail page. So this is for all of the people that applied. So this is for Lucas' page, but we can also switch to the other ones. We have to replace this layer, but this is just like the basics, right? Of how we can do it. So this would be like Lucas's profile page based on, the information that he provided. So yeah, this is just like a basic outlook.